Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new Super 69 EV film. On my last film, the 80,000 kilometer update, a lot of people gave me advice to drive slower. And to drive slower, you get further. So today, I stepped out of bed just a bit more early, and I'm ready to drive to work with 110. I know that at certain points I most of the time have certain amounts of charge, so I think this is a pretty good way to measure the battery usage with a slower speed. So today only 110 on the cruise control, and we're going to measure if it makes a big difference. This is all in preparation of a really big trip I'm planning to undertake later in the year. So it's just a bit of research. So we're on the road now. I'm cruising at 110. To be honest, it doesn't really make that big of a difference compared to 120, but I do like speed and I do like to get somewhere quickly. The adaptive lights are doing their job very well. We're almost 14 kilometers into the journey. The average consumption is coming down nicely, and we have 170 kilometers to go. Expected time of arrival will be 7 minutes past 8. And the battery sits at the toasty 11 degrees. So I cannot say any differently than all is really well with the world. What I do have to say is that it's really quite windy outside. More than I would have expected. So maybe it's a good thing we're not driving that quick. So we're 50 kilometers into the journey, 127 to go, and the car is predicting that we will have like 24 kilometers when we get there, and the consumption is still coming down. It really is very, very, very windy out. Wasn't expecting that. So today might not be the best day for this experiment, but on the other hand, I'm pretty sure I can make it without charging, so that accounts for something. So as I said, 126 to go. Battery is really toasty at 14 degrees, so everything is good. It's really busy on the street. Not at this particular moment, but it was very busy. A lot of weird people out. But that's nothing new. So we had a bit of traffic now just at Arnhem. The range is still 124 kilometers, 54.5% state of charge, and we only have to do 81 kilometers. Time of arrival crept down, and now has crept back up again to 809. So battery getting even more toasty still, and in 4 kilometers we'll be off the A50 and we'll be heading for Rotterdam. It does make a bit of a difference. Oh, let's see the consumption. Consumption is going down still. We're now under 19, which I haven't seen much. So all is well with the world, and I might be in the wrong lane. Have to fix that now. So it's still very busy on the streets, and we are now only 25 kilometers from my work. And yeah, I have to say, the car really is using quite a lot less energy than it did before, because as you can see on the windmills, it's pretty pretty windy out, and I can feel it in the consumption and see it in the range. But yeah, battery's getting even more toastier still, and we still have plenty of range, so it works to slow down. I do want to retry this experiment when it's wind still out or not as windy as today, because I think there's a bit more in it. But yeah, apparently it's true. If you want to go faster, slow down. Let's see with what we end up. So I finally made it to the office and all went well. 5 minutes past 8 arrival time, only 1 kilometer to go. And I just wanted to wrap this up really quickly because we still have 11.5% state of charge left, which is pretty high given the circumstances, because it really was very, very windy out. And I will retest this theory when it's not that windy out. I won't be testing it at night, because when I go home I want to be at home as quick as I can. But it does make a big difference, because last time it was stormy out and I drove 120, I had to drive 100 for a couple instances, because there was allegedly a bit of traffic jam, and there was now too, but there was less of a traffic jam and it was not as busy on the streets. So I have to say, it does make a difference. The car's more economical, and I think if it would be warm outside, it could make an even bigger difference. So I think the person who pointed me to it is right. If you want to go quicker, go a bit slower. I think we're now also really at the crossover point. If you're driving 100, you're just missing a lot of road speed. And if you can drive it consecutively for multiple hours, you'll lose 20 kilometers. And charging isn't that slow. So I think we're on to something. We'll test in further videos. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was a bit useful for you, and I hope to see you again in another Super 69 EV film. Please subscribe and see you in the next one. Bye bye.